Back in the first years of the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, nobody really talked about this. If you suffered a blast, it was about shaking it off and moving it on. Not anymore.
1, 2, 3. There we go.
What does the sound of a snipped ribbon have to do with the concussive force from an IED, an improvised explosive device in combat? The reason is that IEDs are a leading cause of traumatic brain injuries, often hidden and until recent years not fully appreciated for their debilitating effects.
I was the theater neurologist, so I evaluated soldiers following acute concussion.
Dr. Beverly Scott heads a new facility now part of the Madigan Army Medical Center.
It's never too late for us to help our service members. It's never too late for them to seek care and too late for them to enter our program.
Called the Intrepid Spirit Center, it was paid for with privately raised money. This facility at Joint Base Lewis McChord, now the 6th of 9 around the country. TBI is the current medical term for something that's been around for soldiers for many generations. We used to call it shell shock or having your bell rung, often leaving no physical injuries, which mask the impacts happening to the brain. Symptoms are wide-ranging, including sleeplessness and migraines, mood issues often not coming out for weeks, months, or longer.
I provide them with all kinds of things, paint and clay and all kinds of collage-y things.
Brenda Maltz is an art therapist who uses these masks to help wounded soldiers deal with their inner troubles behind their can-do ethos.
And they tell their stories, and that's what you'll see on the walls here.
It really covers perhaps even 7 or 8 different domains to include medical, psychological, intellectual, spiritual, social.
There's a lot here, including a driving simulator, sophisticated exercise equipment to help with everything from balance to eye-hand coordination, managed by an integrated team of specialists.
These invisible wounds typically don't get recognized until performance drops.
One of the patients, Chief Warrant Officer Frederick Macias, who spoke at the official launch.
For me, this program was about education, developing relationships, and doing some hard work on myself.
Now, while today represented the official opening, the center started operating in December and has already treated hundreds, but they expect a lot more to be coming.
Wow, impressive center. Now, why is it a standalone instead of being built inside Madigan?
Well, Madigan has had a program in the hospital, the main hospital building before, but one of the reasons they wanted this separately is it increases the visibility, because what they're trying to do is sort of break down the resistance, I'm good with this, I'm fine with this, I don't need the help. And I think as a result of stories like this and the visibility of the center, they're hoping more soldiers come in and say, I need a hand here.
Glenn, how big is this whole issue in our area?
Well, it's obviously very big. I mean, there's like 40,000 troops that are attached to Fort Lewis, Joint Base Lewis McChord at any given time, 60,000 families who would suffer from the impact of this. People have to remember that the Army and the Air Force here are a huge component in these efforts and in these wars. And there are a lot of people who are returning, a lot of people retired. There's a large VA system here. This is one of the main military areas in the country.
And all branch of the military are welcome here, all branches?
They're still working out some of those. There were Navy folks there. They were there. I think just because they were on the ground, some of these bases are on Marine, or some of these Intrepid centers are at Marine bases, most of the Army bases. I mean, but of course there's a lot of Navy personnel and others who are often find themselves on the ground in the theater of combat, much closer to it, and they can be affected as well, and we saw several Navy people there today.
Okay, Glenn, thank you.